This study aims to provide an outlook on video gaming's after effects in the post-pandemic era. Good morning. We are the EffulGents.
The current modern world is highly composed of technology. With the proliferation of such comes the impactful waves that change modern society. One of the biggest impacts that technology has given us is the creation of video games. Games that are played in an electronic device, changing images in proportion to the user's input.
There is a plethora of marketable game genres and usable devices that make the hobby appealing in a public overview. From genres of platform, shooting, fighting, beat 'em up, stealth, survival, rhythm, battle royale games, etc., there is no lack of variety in possible video games that cater in different audiences in similarity to movies.
Today, 90% of American children and teens on a typical day spend 2 hours of games on average. This may be a hurdle for young people, especially students who are still in school, whose loss for priorities in studying might affect their academic performance.
This is the case for Filipino students that lived through the boom of digital age and the conception of video gaming. Based on the previous studies which complement and support the theory that gaming introduces a backlash on the student's academic performance, this study entitled Gaming and Academic Performance of Grade 12 STEM Students with AM class aims to provide an in-depth analysis and statistical overview in the upcoming GPA of students who regularly play games.
The researchers of this study aim to provide an intervention for students who are unable to regulate their time efficiently, which leads to their declining grades. The study was formulated in response to the empirical and noticeable increase of students who bring their gadgets to Oriental Mindoro National High School, not only as an aid for learning, but also a type they use for gaming. The study aims to be a proven beneficiary not only for the students, but the institution as well, as the application it produces reciprocates all the problems that extensive gaming may cause.
Our independent variables consist of 1. Time spent gaming. The time spent gaming is directly proportional to the time that could be used in studying. Our number 2 is the speed of connectivity, or the easy access to network. This easy access to network inclines students or people to play more video games, especially when online games are more popular these days. And finally, the types of devices used. Higher speculations, meaning more access to certain games that can be ran towards those devices. Our dependent variable is the level of academic performance, and the intervention is an application that can be used to regulate time spent in gaming.
These are the problems presented by our research. What is the status of gaming of grade 12 STEM students in terms of time spent gaming, speed of connectivity, and the type of device used? What is the status of academic performance of grade 12 STEM students? Is there a relationship between the status of gaming and academic performances of grade 12 STEM students with AM classes or AM shift? Lastly, based on the findings, what is the proposed intervention?
The researchers hypothesized that there is no significant relationship between gaming and academic performance of grade 12 STEM students with set A classes in Oriental Mindoro National High School.
Students may use this as a reference to regulate the time they spend in gaming and inspire them to create their own schedules properly.
The school may be provided with further insight on the underlying effect of video games on students.
Teachers may be lessened the burden of teaching students repetitively due to them not able to understand concepts due to being exhausted or occupied with gaming rather than studying or resting.
The PED will be helped in providing the institution with the databases on the amount of students who are preoccupied with other endeavors, specifically gaming.
Future researchers may use this as a reference for their future studies that explains the relationship between gaming and academic performance of grade 12 STEM students. Research in gaming has flourished in recent years, both in quantity and quality. With research dating as far as back as 1983, when the first report emerged that gaming may be a problem for students. Further research that has been done are as such. It is proven that gaming improves students' cognitive abilities such as being alert, active, and strategic.
The use of leaderboards can help improve a person's performance instead of making them feel like tests are only a minor obstacle. People who are addicted to video games have experienced negative consequences, while on the other hand, those who can regulate their time have experienced positive aspects such as enjoyment, feeling of achievement, and friendship.
Video gaming has beneficial effects on cognition that is reflected on brain structure and function. This is supported by the fact that gamers exhibited better range of cognitive abilities specifically involved in knowledge, analogy, processing speed, deductive reasoning, and mathematical intelligence. Additionally, it may be the case that various types of
Ikaw na lang.
games have different effects on the various language skills. Moreover, people who play games report being calmer and experiencing other positive feelings.
The research showed that there is a negative correlation with the students' gaming and its physical and mental health. Another research shows that that it is hard to get the data that could be translated to every person due to the insurmountable amount of variables that are taking place in this type of research.
The study discovered evidence to substantiate the link between increasing gaming time and increased risk for IGD. Those who had risk for IGD displayed severe depressive symptoms, lower sleep quality, and more gaming time, making it no longer just a justifiable cause for students to continue on with their gaming-extensive habits, which will end up biting their backs as it affects their academic performance.
The captivation of video games appear to lie in their potential to fulfill psychological needs, which may be conceptualized as motives to play. However, earlier studies suffered a lack of standardized psychometric instruments.
In 2017, a study was conducted to investigate the relationship between cell phone usage and academic performance. They found that students who use 100 minutes each on average per day corresponded to a decrease in the students' ranking for about 6.3 points, which illustrates the potential danger of prolonged smartphone use. Due to the sheer number of online games and the internet is more widely accessible than ever, online games has become a very popular trend. However, online games cannot be paused as they are based on a server, and cannot pause the game unless you are the server administrator. As a result, playing time increases, which also affects the time and attention paid on academic works and activities. According to a study, effects of gaming and to academic performance of GAS students at Besting College of the Philippines, even though the said benefits from the previous literatures, they must know how to handle their time effectively as it affects on how much time they study, which also affects their academic performance in general. According to another study in 2006, which I cross-referenced from a literature study in 2012, even though research has shown the positive benefits and the skills gained by playing online digital gaming, this skills is difficult to transfer outside digital gaming.
Albeit that, it was suggested that video gaming left no impact on a student's grade as they proactively reduced their exposure to it.
The research shows that infrequent gamers have a higher score in their psychological exam than those who play often. Another research showed that the amount of research is inversely proportional to the student's GPA.
There are relations found between a person's preference of genre, GPA, and their personality. These results implied positive impacts of games on academic performance.